And 48, ascribing partners to Allah. That's an accursed thing to do. If you were a judge, 58, judge justly. 74, fight in the way of Allah, jihad. And whoso fight in the way of Allah or be slain, he will bestow a vast reward. And you should do battle for the cause of Allah against idolatry. This unfortunately was applied in a place like India to the detriment of the Hindus. Because they were seen by, they were not people of the book in the Muslim eyes, and therefore they were seen as idolaters. But these commandments are here, and some of these commandments are actually driving the present political situation in the world as we're living in. And I don't think it's going to be an easy thing to deal with these things, because they're very deeply embedded. And here they are, commandments in the book. I have no way to give you a solution to those issues. 89. So choose in the way of Allah, choose friends, and who even forsake their home. But if they are backsliders, you see, turn back, kill them wherever you find them. Rough stuff. This is not a peaceful book. So it's a beautiful, splendid book in many ways, the poetry. But those people who feel that, oh, there's a compromise that you can make with some of these things in the modern world, it's not going to be a simple matter. Anyone who reads this should understand that. And those people who just fob it over, they're not really dealing with what the issues are. And I don't have a solution for these things. A believer will take this as his or her instruction manual. And there's nothing that you can do or say to change that. If 91, they keep not aloof from you and do not offer peace, then take them and kill them wherever you find them. So this is an instruction manual for warfare in his day, but it's applied to our day. But you shouldn't kill a believer, 92. If you kill a believer by mistake, set free a believing slave and so on, there's all sorts of... so this is a medieval, I think, instruction manual. If you think it applies to the modern age, okay, that's your business. I don't think the Old Testament applies to the modern age. You know, I think that the New Testament is influenced by the Roman Empire and the Pax Romanum, and therefore present a Jesus who wants to live at peace with the political authorities. So I think all these things have to be seen in their place. I wouldn't single out Islam as the only one. I'm not giving a final instruction. I'm not a teacher of morals. But here, 125, whoever surrendereth to Allah, doing good to men, follow the tradition of Abraham, the upright. And Allah chose Abraham for a friend. There's the friend of God thing again. More capsule descriptions here. If you, 136, believe in Allah, His messenger, Scripture, revealed by its messenger, which is Muhammad, which was revealed aforetime. You believe in Allah, His angels, the Scriptures, messengers, the last day, and you have not wandered astray. Or if you have not wandered away. So again, about the 10th capsule description we've come, but each one is more detailed. And finally, there's another one, 150. Lo, those who believe in Allah, His messengers, seek no distinction between any of them. And Moses, people of the book. Page 153, and breaking the covenant, disbelieving the revelation of Allah, slaying the prophets. Heard that 5 or 6 times about the Jews, and that's all from Paul's writings and some of the speeches attributed to Peter in the book of Acts. And because of their saying, we slew the Messiah, Jesus, son of Mary. Well, the Jews never said they slew anybody, but you know, that's his presentation of it that he's heard from rumor or whatever. They never were proud or anything like that of it that I've ever read anywhere. Don't like the story at all. Don't think it's true. Never mind. This is what gets passed around the universe. Okay, but he's the son of Mary again. Here's the Gnostic material though. They slew him not. But it wasn't them who slew him anyway, because crucifixions are Roman punishments. What's it got to do with the Jewish people and anything? Anyway, they slew him not. This is from the Gnostic Gospel, where Jesus, we now know, is presented as watching his own crucifixion. There was a substitute on the cross. This is stuff from Nag Hammadi in Egypt in the 3rd or 4th century. We call it Gnostic. And this is, again, shows that the groups he was in touch with, or where he's getting the material or the preaching that he's representing, is influenced by these Gnostic materials too. So it's influenced by both Ebionite material, as I told you, the prophet, true prophet, primal Adam, and this here now we know is from a Gnostic gospel. But it's not Orthodox Christianity, as we might know it. And by the way, it's not a depth of Christianity here, is it? Again, it's never any more than John, Jesus' birth, Jesus' death, John's birth, but really nothing about the teaching. He just said, well, his teaching is my teaching. But it doesn't give you the teaching. Nothing about Paul, nothing about Paul's letters, although he is he benefits from Paul's approach. Nothing about Peter, John, James, all the others. That's it. So just a smattering of Christianity here, but very, very small. Because of the wrongdoing of the Jews, we forbade them good things and made law fun of them because they're much hindering Allah's way. Now that shows that he's been arguing with Jews in Medina then. I mean, most of what he takes is from the Jews, so how have they hindered Allah's way? I mean, 3/4 of the Quran is Jewish. Finally, 171. Oh, people of the Scripture, do not exaggerate your religion, nor utter aught concerning Allah, save what is true. The Messiah, Jesus, son of Mary, was only a messenger of God, Ebionite Christianity. And his word which he conveyed unto Mary in the Spirit, etc. So believe in Allah as messengers. Allah is only one God. He is transcendent majesty, and that he should have a son? No, that's absolutely wrong. He's transcendent. The Messiah will never scorn to be a slave to Allah, who are nor favored by the angels. But those who say these things, 173, they will have a painful doom. And Allah is a protector, helper. And as for those who believe in Allah and hold fast unto him, holding fast, by the way, if you've been reading that thing that I've given you to work on there, holding fast is a huge, huge doctrine in the Dead Sea Scrolls.